Lynn.
Hornets leading by 11. After making it to the playoffs in 2014, the Hornets couldn't repeat the feat in 2015. A slow start probably, Greg, more than anything else did him in.
Really disappointing season coming in with such high expectations, and 33-49 just not good enough to get into the playoffs in any season.
Conley against Len. 4 on the shot clock. Looking to get back on track here. Conley's shot is off.
You know, for the Hornets, they've not made consecutive playoff appearances since the team moved to New Orleans back in 2002. They just haven't been able to stay consistent enough to make it to the playoffs back-to-back years.
With the dish, P.J. Hairston.
Out left to the wing. Here's Barnes. And that one falls, coming off Conley's feet. And it's 7 points for Barnes.
And guys, what's rough for the Hornets is that they were a consistent playoff fixture in the late 90s. Still, the team has never made it to the conference finals in its franchise history, and that should be a goal for them in the coming years.
Here's Conley. Can't get it to go. Some solid defense there from Lynn.
And another miss. Ooh, he's having a really ugly game.
Yeah, about as ugly as you can have, you're right. Here's Conley. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more.
You know, that's a case there, Kevin, of him making a pass to a spot, and then he let his teammate run right into it. Well executed.
Here's what Charlotte's going with right now. Kaminsky, he's checked in for Cody Zeller. Hawes comes in for Williams. And it's Lamb in there for P.J. Hairston. Outside, Lynn. And Batum kicks to Lynn. With the shot. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Grizzlies will take it.
I tell you what, that's just a major unforced error right there, guys. My goodness.
Some changes for Memphis. JaMychal Green, he's checked in for Barnes. Ennis comes in for Lee. And it's Chalmers in for Mike Conley. And the wide open shot from Chalmers. The Grizzlies with another miss. And guys, Spencer Hawes signed a 4-year, $23 million contract with the Clippers prior to last season. Not sure the Clippers felt like they got their money's worth. He did improve a little bit in the playoffs. There still may be some hope for him in L.A.
Well, I'd have to agree with you, Kevin. I mean, he had some moments, but on the season shot a career low from the foul line as well as in several other areas.
The Grizzlies making a switch here. Carter's checked in. Hawes with the block. They get it back. Here's Green. Can't hit the turnaround jumper.
Not really sure what he was thinking about on that shot. That is not high IQ basketball.
Not at all. I mean, he shouldn't even have considered taking that shot. Just a poor choice there.
Now here's Lamb. Tight defense on him. The Hornets need to get a shot off here. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. And the Hornets making a change here. Walker's checked in. The Grizzlies also making a change. Allen's checked in. And Chalmers kicks to Allen. Good, and it's Chalmers with the assist that time.
Tony Allen.
Allen's got his first points of the game.
I've really appreciated their activity in the post today. I mean, their movement down low has been great.
Oh, that's right on the money. They've generated a lot of easy opportunities on the inside.
Chalmers. And he banks in the layup.
Mario Chalmers.
I think they need to get much more disruptive defensively. They can't just keep allowing these easy baskets.
That's got to be job number one right now. Nothing easy on the inside.
Shot's good by Walker. And here is Chalmers with 1 on the clock. No good there. Well, And we welcome you back as we get going here in the fourth quarter. The final quarter of play can change everything. Hornets leading by 13 on the court for Memphis to start the fourth. Randolph is the 4 with Gasol in the middle. Chalmers is out there with Allen. And it's Green in at the small forward position. Walker's shot is off.
And you saw how quick the defense was. They were ready for him. They got the hand in the face there and made that much more difficult.
Yeah, and every team needs that kind of rugged interior defense because you want to try to distract your opponents when they get inside, and you also want to make them uncomfortable in their shot attempts.
Randolph passes to Allen. They kick it out to Green from outside the arc. And again, Memphis no good. Clark, they've shared the load offensively.
Yeah, they've done a nice job with it, Kevin. Everybody's touching the ball. There's a nice flow to what they're doing offensively.
And, guys, they put the defense on their heels. You can see right now they're trying to react, and that's what you want when you're in a rhythm offensively.
Kicks it out to Allen. That doesn't go either for Allen. Hornets leading by 13. Batum with the ball. Gasol covering. The pass to Williams. Back to Batum. No good off the front iron.
Even though he isn't having the best of games from the floor, it hasn't seemed to hurt him.
I'm not even going to comment on that one.
Neither am I. I mean, if you're going to attempt a buzzer beater, I guess I will comment. Make sure there's actually a buzzer to beat.
Timeout call for Memphis.
And, guys, you know, last year Marvin Williams signed a big contract, and he did not follow that up with big production. In fact, he tied a career low in terms of his field goal percentage at only 42, and not exactly what the Hornets were expecting from their new stretch 4.
Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
During that break, Coach Dave Yeager had some words for his team. He was not happy with their play to this point, telling them we're getting out hustled, plain and simple. There's still time, but we've got to dial up our effort. Kevin, we'll see if they have enough to get it done.
And thank you, Doris. Now, the thing about Marvin Williams, you know, we know he doesn't create for others. He doesn't generate a lot of blocks or steals. But, you know, the one thing he does, he can hit the boards, he rebounds well, and he's got a pretty good shot from outside.
Yeah, and last season he didn't have any big numbers, but the ones that were at least respectable were in the areas you just mentioned, rebounding and three-point shooting, Kevin.
Kemba Walker hits them both.
And, guys, there's no doubt Walker has a lot of the tools needed to be a great point guard. But his shooting percentage is really what has kept him from making the league. Just not as consistent as he needs to be. And a lot of it has to do with shot selection. That also has to improve.
Just thinking again about Kemba Walker's field goal percentage, Greg. You were talking about shot under 40%, Clark, from the floor last year.
Yeah, and I think so much of shooting percentage is a function of shot selection. That's 3 out of the last 4 seasons now under 40% for Kemba. In order to be an elite point guard, that number's got to go up.
Kemba Walker with an eerily similar season once again. Stats the last 3 years have ironically been very close.
Yeah, you talked about those 3 years, almost 18 points a game in around 35 minutes. So did so on just under 16 shots as well. So becoming more and more efficient.
Zeller dishes to Williams. And it's Mike Conley with the rebound. The Grizzlies trailed by 13. Fourth quarter keeps moving right along. 3 minutes gone so far. And out of bounds as the Hornets gain possession.
You know, it's kind of one of those weird anomalies when you look at Kemba's numbers, because in each of those seasons, he played a different number of games. It's one of those kind of quirky, weird things we pick up on sometimes when our brain is foggy.
There's 1:54 left to play in the final quarter. Stolen by Conley. It's blocked. Fast break now for Charlotte. Williams leading the charge.
And that's how the coach would draw it up on the fast break from start to finish.
Yeah, and what a finish it was, guys. Really nicely done.
And for Walker, guys, and his stats, even for players considered consistent, there is more variation than what Walker has put up.
Shot clock at 6. Conley for 3. Again, Conley missing.
He's still looking for his first three-pointer of the second half after making just one in the first.
And this is going to end in a lopsided victory. I love the tenacity and aggressiveness as well as the ability to close. Really got to give it up here for the Hornets.
You know, Clark, their big advantage was points in the paint.
Well, they pounded that ball inside, Kevin, and operated down low. It worked for them consistently.
Just a quality win, and you look at the box score and some really good numbers for Walker. A big part of their success was his ability to keep the ball moving, finding guys when they would flash open.
Hairston kicks to Lynn. And the hope for Jeremy Lin last season was that he'd take a step forward in his development, but it almost was the opposite in his play.
And that can happen. You don't always go a straight line north in your improvement in this league. He'd been on an upward swing as far as his shooting accuracy, but last season was the worst since his rookie year in that area.
Last season, Memphis fell late and would end up with the 5th seed in the NBA playoffs. Only one of 2 teams to make the playoffs each of the last 5 seasons, along with the San Antonio Spurs.
Yeah, and they were a team that nobody wanted to play. Memphis drew Portland in that first round, and even though they were the 5th seed, they had home court advantage.
Pass to Hairston. 2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. They get a hand on it. It's stolen by Green. Pushing it up. Shot to end this cold run. And it's laid in by Conley.
And really just unselfish basketball on the interior. That's the kind of pass a coach loves to see.
Now Lynn. And that falls.
And they feel good about this win tonight, guys, defending their home court.
I agree. Job well done. They gave these fans exactly what they wanted.
So no problem for Charlotte as they get the win. A confident win and one where they clearly showed the greater effort.
They certainly put on a good show here at home, and I think they felt they had the edge and that